Most people believe Musk is a pure self-made genius who built Tesla, SpaceX, and other companies from scratch, but through sheer vision, hard work. As you know, a modern day Tony Stark, revolutionizing electric cars, space, travel, and technology. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Elon Musk's rise to becoming the first world trillionaire wasn't solely the product of individual brilliance. It deeply intertwined with billions in government support, strategic political influence, and taxpayer-backed advantage that helped de-risk and accelerate his empire. The real cause goes fast beyond the headlines, as you know. Now, as of June 2026, following the SpaceX IPO on June 12th, Elon Musk's net worth surpassed the $1.2 trillion mark, according to Forbes and Bloomberg estimates, making him the first person in history to reach that milestone. So I've drawn from Washington Post investigations, Forbes, Bloomberg, and public contract data and congressional records. So this isn't speculation, it is documented. So you learn today the hidden gem of government fundings behind the profit of some big firms, how politics supercharge his power, and the true societal cost, and why this matters for our own future. Now, if you want the unfiltered reality behind the most powerful individuals on the planet, hit the like button right now. Like the video so that the algorithm can show it to more people. Yes. So let's start with the profits and how they were built on substantial public support. Most companies, primarily Tesla and SpaceX, have received at least $38 billion in government contracts, loans, subsidies, and tax credits over the years. Now, according to a detailed Washington Post analysis, this includes critical early NASA funding for SpaceX when the company was nearly out of cash, a $465 million federal loan for Tesla, billions in EV regulatory credits, and ongoing defense and NASA contracts. SpaceX alone has secured major NASA and Space Force deals worth tens of billions, including recent awards such as the $4.16 billion and the $2.9 billion contract in May 2026 for satellite and communication networks. And this support came at vital moments. Without them, the trajectory of reusable rockets and mass EV adoption could have looked differently today. Of course, if not them, China would have surpassed the Americas, because even BYD in China is backed by the country. So why not? So all these things are political games. I hope you learn how to play your own political game so that you too will start going into the $1 billion Forbes list. All right. This challenge is the pure bootstrap initiative. Decades of public R&D in batteries, rocketry, and aerospace also ingrid underwork that helped Elon Musk build his private innovations. But the public funding is only part of the story. The real accelerator came through politics, as you know. Yes. Musk become one of the most influential political donors in recent cycles. So in 2024 election, he spent roughly $290 million supporting Donald Trump and Republicans, primarily through the America PAC, making him one of the greatest individual donor of that cycle. So later he bought Twitter, he rebranded it to X, and then he used the platform to publicize on Donald Trump, supported the Republican Party. You understand? That was part of the reason why Donald Trump won the election. So it's just like they are doing big politics. You give me funding, you give me tax break, I now support your political ambitions. It's just like give and take. You rub my back, I rub your back. He was also wielding influences through X, as I've mentioned, formerly known as Twitter, and earlier roles advising on government efficiency, just like our previous video talked about those, the Department of Government Efficiency. However, critics highlight potential conflict of interest, given his company's heavy reliance on federal contracts worth billions. Supporters also argue he's leveraging that position to drive innovation and reduce waste. Now, why does it matter? When one individual fortune exceeds 1.2 trillion, rivaling the GDP of many nations, not even nations, some continents, and he shapes policies, narratives, and regulations. It raises serious questions about accountability, democracy, and whose interests get prioritized in an era of extreme wealth concentration. This one big mistake people make when judging this, ignoring the undeniable results alongside the costs. Of course, there is cost and there is effect. Most companies have delivered real innovation and value. Tesla accelerated the shift to electric vehicles and helped normalize sustainable transport. SpaceX drastically reduced launch costs through reusability, making space more accessible and reducing reliance on foreign providers. Starlink has brought the internet to remote and unserved areas worldwide. These achievements create jobs, technological progress, and economic activity. Yet, the true cause sparks debate. Massive wealth inequality, questions about long-term subsidy dependence, paired with advocacy for similar government and infrastructural development, labor practices, market disruptions, and the broader influence of concentrated power across autonomies, space, social media, AI, and so much more. Historically, it is rare for one person to hold such sway over multiple critical industries at this scale. The $1 trillion fortune is largely paper wealth tied to company valuations. Much of it is reinvested into ambitious projects, but it amplifies influence exponentially. So we have broken down the politics built on government foundations, the politics that amplify power, and the complex true cost of Elon Musk's $1 trillion empire. And before watching this, you might have seen the headlines framing him as neither genius nor villain. Now you have a clearer, data-driven picture of how public support, bold executions, and political leverage combine to create unprecedented wealth, and why it continues to fuel intense debate. The future of technology, energy, and space exploration will likely be shaped by figures like, of course, Elon Musk. The key isn't blind praise or outright rejection. It's understanding the full picture so we can have smarter conversations about innovations, accountability, and the kind of society we want to build. Apply this lens to all major players in tech and beyond. Try questioning power wherever it concentrates, whether in government, or in corporations, or individuals. Drop a comment below. What do you see as the biggest true cost? The risk of concentrated influence or the massive upside from rapid innovations? If keeping track on these complex power dynamics feel overwhelming, I've linked our key data resource and report on billionaire influence and government contracts in the description. the same framework I used for this video. So check it out. Thank you for watching. If you found this valuable and you want more breakdown in tech, wealth, and politics without the spin, subscribe and turn on the notifications.